Hey everyone, it's your favorite rollerblader you've never heard of. I got the Mesmer Eclipse in yesterday. I got the skeleton, they call it, which is the boot only without the liner. And I haven't skated them yet, I've just finished setting them up. But I wanted to tell you about a few little technical things that I noticed on these that might be interesting for you. If you haven't watched it yet, or maybe after this, go watch the Loco Skates tech dive on these for more details. I'm not going to go into everything. Um, okay, so this is the 4041. I have for the last 3 or 4 years been skating a size small, them 909. I should really have the not so extra small, but I just don't make them in any good colors or whatever. I haven't been able to get a black one in not so extra small. And I waited a long time, it feels like. So I'm going to be doing some, this is the benchmark, the 909 size small. I'm going to be comparing it a lot to the Eclipse, but I'm going to tell you mostly about the Eclipse. All right, so stuff I noticed. Let's start with, I'm going to start with I was using these frame bolts to hold my FR Oisy frame, FR Wish frame, whatever, to my 909. And the frame bolts required to mount the same frame to the Mesmer is about that long. So you're looking at maybe not like 5 millimeters longer, meaning the distance, basically the thickness of where your foot is in this skate to the bottom of the skate is about 5 millimeters thicker than a them 909. That was something I was like, oh come on, really? Because I love having the sole plate, where my skate makes contact with a rail. I want that to be as close as possible to the bottom of my foot. The closer the better. That sole feel is really important for me. So already a little negative on these. I was hoping it would be like super thin here to the bottom of my foot, but it's got a few millimeters more than the them 909. So, but okay, I don't know if I will be able to tell the difference. That, by the way, is why I couldn't. I got the standard. I got the V1s, but I mean they're all the same in terms of sole plate. But the thing I couldn't cope with on the standards was just the distance of the bottom of my foot to the sole plate. I just felt like I had a brick under my foot. It was like this much between my foot and the rail. That's what it felt like. So we'll see how these fare. I'm gonna go out and skate them in a minute. You know there's a foam cushioning between the sole plate and the boot, probably. That's nice. It's going to have the best sound of any skate in rollerblading. Yada yada. Okay, and then let's go boots. So obviously I put my Intuition V2s in here, as you can see. They fit very well. They are a size Intuition V2 size small. I think that's 4041 in Intuition sizing. I don't know what size that is in pre-med, but Intuition V2's size small, 4041 Mesmer Eclipse fits very well. Like there's nothing at the toe, and that's another thing that's bothered me about the 909 smalls is that my Intuition's V2 size small has kind of ended here, and then there's been this centimeter almost gap in front of the liner, and I don't want that. I want the skate to be as close to the front of my toes as possible. See, this is like you skate for 25 years and you get picky with this shit. I skated 25 years. Yeah, I've probably skated 25 years. So yeah, that's the stuff I look for in a skate. These were just a little bit too long. I know the not so extra small is a centimeter shorter and would probably be perfect, but as I said, haven't been able to get any. These I think are like 6 millimeters shorter than the 909 size small. You can go on, Loco Skates have size charts with the interior boot measurements. That's where I go to get all the technical details. But Intuition V2 size small, 4041 Eclipse, Mesmer Eclipse, perfect fit lengthwise. Then we'll see when I go out and skate them, but they feel really good. I also like, I want support, but some flex in my boots. I think the 909 does a really good job of that. You know, when with the skate on, I can really, well, I can really like, you know, you can bend forward. Fuck, I should have done this with the liner. Let's grab on with the liner. Let's do, oh yeah, memory buckle, by the way. Awesome. I've already forgotten about it like 6 or 7 times. I've been trying them on and I've been like undoing this. I don't need to do that anymore. Just, you know, memory buckle, clip, done. So yeah, the forward flex is really important for me. I want to be able to forward flex, and it's you know, when I put my foot in it and put my body weight into it, it will flex a lot more. That was a terrible demonstration. Let's go back to the boot without liner in it, because oh, this is it? Am I gonna pick this up? Maybe, yeah, there. I should really take the cuffs off. I will point with something bright. Here we go. Okay, so the boot goes, you can see it goes, this is so hard to do in mirrored mode, but the boot goes down here, and there's a bridge here that I've cut off. It's these little plastic tabs. I cut those off immediately because the boot had no forward flex. And then on these rear winglets here, I think you can see it in the reflection, there are these cuts that you can actually follow those to reduce the height of these winglets. And then you have the center cut here, which is, it doesn't go down very far into the boot. It's quite a high cut. You compare that to the 909, and I know this, I won't be able to show you this side by side or anything. You compare that to 909. The 909 has wider cutouts here, and obviously no bridge part, but also the cutout here is deeper. And what that does is, when you want the forward flex, the black skates are terrible for this, but basically when you get the forward flex, the cuff presses on those winglets at the back, and how much they flex determines how much forward flex you basically get in the boot. I mean, the boot construction has to do with like how much will actually move here. There's varying factors, but that's one of them. Like the 909, you can also set on the Mesmer Eclipse the cuff at 2 different heights. And I initially had it lower, and I just tried it higher, and I got way more, like the boot is way more following my foot, and that's what I want the support, but I want the boot to be a little bit soft so I can move around without it digging into my ankle. I don't want to be pushing against the boot. I want the boot to be working with me. So yeah, that's sole plate thickness, a little bit thicker than the 909. Not so much forward flex as the 909, but you can cut stuff. I already cut those little bridge things. It's got the nice, you know, you got 2 little lace holes here that are very close together, perfect for the runner's lacing or whatever, you know, where you create a loop and then put the lace through here and tie it, and that really like locks your foot in and should prevent heel lift. I need to go and skate these now to check what they're actually like, but those are my initial impressions of the Mesmer Eclipse. I've got one more thing to talk about, if I can get the insole out. They come with an insole, which is a 2-piece. It has a shock absorber attached to it. So, fine, good, okay, we'll try that. What I reflected upon is that this material is quite soft, and then to hold these 2 pieces together, you have these plastic, like these are, you know, that's soft, that's hard, and they run from base to the top. And so, you know, when I push here, soft and squidgy. When I push here, that's rock solid. You put it in a skate, and you know, you push on those bits, like they're hard. I've been mapping out, you're gonna see my foot now, so either you're into that or you're not, but I've been looking at like where it sits on the foot. There we go. and they actually sit like here. Like one is kind of here, and one is kind of here. So I think, given where they are on the foot, I won't actually feel them. You know, like my foot will actually be running the majority of my, you know, the arches of the foot cause for most of the pressure of my foot to be in the middle here. So hopefully they're strategically placed, but I thought it was really stupid to make a shock absorbing insole with a built-in shock absorber and then put two really hard plastic pieces through the middle of it. Okay, power slide. Let's go find out what you've done here. I think that's it. Yeah, I mean, I could talk about sole plate width and stuff, but who cares? I got an old 909. They're not even, these are like, I don't even know if these are the V2 plates. It's before they have the winglet at the back. It's like, these are quite small. And I've gotten very used to that. These are bigger. You can see. Yeah, they're bigger. Bigger sole plates, not too big. Let's go skate them, see what happens. Toodaloo, bye bye.